welcome to Amina Jimo Show, a production of the Amina Jimo Foundation. A couple sorry itan gidi, labarin dunia nagaskia, akukondu madu, real life story. I'll be telling you a true life story today, sent into our inbox. It states, "Good afternoon, Ma. I hope you're well, and thank you for supporting our community. I'm British Ghanaian, married for 14 years with 3 children. For context, my husband and I lived apart for the first few years of our marriage until he joined me in the UK. From the start, tensions arose due to the traditional expectations. He expected me to cook and manage the home despite my full-time job and studies. We sought help through church counseling, which improved things briefly. However, over time, financial strain, pregnancy loss, his conflict style, shutting down communication, blocking my number, and refusing food I cook created further challenges. His behavior has been inconsistent. He's moved out several times, but always returned on church advice. In recent years, things have worsened. He now has settled status, struggles with spending, smoking, and gambling addictions, and has been found on dating sites. He often lies, undermines my progress, even as I have maintained full-time work and completed my doctorate while raising our children, largely alone. There has been instances of threats and physical aggression, including in front of the children. Although my family has intervened, he continues to show disrespect. I haven't reported him yet due to the potential impact on my children and career. We currently live in the same house but don't communicate, as he stays out most of the time while pretending publicly to be a devoted father. I wanted some advice with how to deal with this, as I'm considering a separation. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly hit on the red subscription button and give me a thumbs up. Remember to give me a thumbs up on all the videos. Some of you coming to my WhatsApp, clicking on love, clicking on like, and sending in reviews about what I've shared. Why don't you put it down here also? When you need to buy friend and inule, oh yeah, friend and nita, inule nika kodi ketima nifewa. An cewa wanda yake so mutum a cikin gida ya nuna ma mutum soyayya a waje, ko ba haka ba? Ba a cikin gida kaɗai ne ya kamata ku dinga nuna soyayyan ba. So when you drop something in my inbox, be sure to also copy and paste it. It's very easy to copy and paste and put it there. I appreciate you sending it to my WhatsApp. I love feedbacks. It makes us improve at the Amina Jimo Foundation and the Amina Jimo Show. But it should be a good thing for you to also put it out there. And also, the feedback you're giving us, some people can learn from it. It's not a show off. It's for people to also read what you have said, to say, this person is right, or no, this is how I would have done it. I'll go ahead and read some of the comments from the Amina Jimo Show on Facebook. I felt exhausted reading this, let alone you living in it. Love and light, I know you have made your decision and it's very valid. Another person said, even reading this is exhausting and overwhelming. God, I beg you. I pray you receive grace to love yourself and choose peace. Again, I'm not going to read all the comments. I'm just going to pick a few. Another person said, as a woman, love God, love yourself, and find peace within you. Then love your children. And you're right up, you need your mental health so you don't lose it. Tell your parents and separate, or if you and the children can move out, then you will be fine. Another person said, when you are ready, you will leave him. You don't need advice. You know what to do already. Ireo. Ireo means good luck. Here comes another person saying, separation might be good. Seems like you guys were fine living apart initially. It does not seem like there's a path for you and him, but he might have a better relationship with his kids if they don't see him often. Some people are only good in small doses, unfortunately. Another person came in and said that that's a fact. He's not in love with you, and you are in love with him. It's time to cut ties and maintain a cordial relationship for the children. That's it. Another person said that separation is what you need. Another person said, Madam, based on your decision on this to approach, 1, what have gained when he is not with you? And 2, what you lose when he is living with you? I'm reading it the way they wrote it. Another person said, you are the only one in the marriage. Unfortunately, obviously, you have tried so much. Ask yourself what you want and go for it. It's high time you looked after yourself. Cheers. Another one said, if you are doing all that alone, why do you need him? He does not add anything to your life except stress, humiliation, and depression. And another person responded to her saying, and added bills, and put the laughing emoji. Another person said, he is a Mr. and Mrs. My gender, no bi person. Another person said, you see, this is precisely why shared vision and purpose are essential. Any relationship/courtship before marriage, if this account is accurate, it reflects a case of incompatibility rather than malice. At times, religion, when misunderstood, can confine rather than liberate. Therefore, free your mind from the limitations of institutional thinking. Seek a genuine relationship with God and move forward with clarity and peace. Another person said, I feel exhausted reading your text. Why not let him go? You are doing everything a husband should do. So, she put the hand emoji up. I believe your separation would be better. I believe you're separated already anyways. Another lady said, Ma, do what you want, because I don't understand why you accepted his returns so many times. It is well with you and your oversabi husband. Correct, and she knows better to think he would change. A leopard does not change their sport. Another person said, you seem to be a lady put together from a well-organized home with plans and visions. How did you get a guy with such a low-class attitude? How? With even a doctorate degree? Let him go, please. Another person said, you know what to do, but just want someone that will give you the nudge. You are already separated with the narrative and wrote, but just sharing the same roof. The church has been involved with your situation, but no one can change anything, and no one can change a man. No matter what you do for a man, he would always be a man. Some men are useless. You are the captain of your boat, so steer it to your destination. And One more thing I'll pick from here. There's a lot of comments. This person said, as you have said, for the sake of the children and your career, why not just ignore him completely as if he does not exist? Love you and your children. Try to find peace within yourself. You have worked so hard. Don't let something that does not worth your trouble take them away. When the time is right to leave him, you will know. By then, he would know that he who laughs last laughs best. Hold your peace. Madam, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know you're Ghanaian and you're from West African and you're also a British citizen by what you wrote. Kudos to you for speaking up. Kudos to you for sharing your story. I know you're already done from what I read. And like a lot of people said, it's like the last show we had with Mama, my baddest wellness practitioner, Haji Abola Ajibola. Few days back, we talked about women still in marriage, but how miserable they are. Like married but single. This is exactly your scenario. That was exactly what we're talking about. Now we talked about domestic violence. You have domestic violence in here. You have financial abuse. You have emotional abuse. You have psychological abuse, physical abuse, you name it. Financial abuse is when you see these Olori Bruku men. Olori Bruku is like unfortunate men that love princess treatment. Some are raised by mothers who believe a son is always a son, and since they've been through that abuse, they would tolerate you to also go through it. That's why maybe you're telling his family, and they're not listening to you because they're looking at it like they would always believe their own child. I'm sorry, I have to say it as it is. When you have people like that, they have toxic family that they don't care about you, they only care about their child. They already know their child is a problem. But they would keep telling you, oh, as an African woman, take it. Some men these days think when a woman is helping, probably she's desperate, so they start abusing it. Or when you're helping, they'll think you're a mumu. Mumu is like a fool. But some people are not like that. I see the love and consistency in what you've listed, how you had to do everything for the children. You said the reason why you've not reported this is because you do not want wahala. Wahala means trouble for your children and your job and everything. I understand how domestic violence destabilizes the victim. Because if you're not financially ready to leave, it's a tough battle, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. Because from all indication of what I've read from here, clearly shows that he is a narcissist. He's nothing but a narcissist. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, all they want to do is control you. Whether you like it or not, he's using those children to harm you. And even when, I want to prepare you, even when you've left him, if you decide to leave, get ready. Because he's going to do a lot of bad smear campaign. His families will do it. His friends, they walk around with each other. So they do not support you. Because left to them, if you cannot take the abuse, they are not a marriage material. So I want to prepare you to know that. And legally, it's not moi moi. When I say it's not moi moi, meaning it's not a small thing. I've seen people who, for a few months, have spent over $50,000 for lawyers. Depending on, some lawyers can even get 400 and something per hour, 500 per hour, depending on what lawyer you get. There are some like places that give assistance to victims, but if I don't know about UK, in America mostly, I would say if you live in towns, they don't have all those kind of resources, but if you live in the cities, they do. So find your legal help, find out what you need to do, because it seems like you're ready to leave. But be careful when you're leaving. I know a lot of times people will say, oh, why didn't you leave that man? I always say people should be careful leaving an abuser, because you do not know when he will act and or what he will do or what she will do. So be careful while you're leaving. I care about your safety. I care about your children's safety. That's why I'm saying that. It's easier said than done sometimes for people to say that victims of domestic violence should leave. Psychologically, he's draining you. Emotionally, emotional abuse. Those children should not be emulating this. If you have a boy, if you have a girl, all they see, like Mama said. Watch the other video, the other episode, where Ajibola, my father's wellness practitioner, stated that when you stay with the abuser, they do not change. That most of the times, they do not change. And you've seen it. And she also said, it's whatever that child, especially when you have a girl, sees in that father that she'll be looking for in other men. If you have male children, they would also emulate their father, because that's all they saw at home. So sometimes people say, why break the family? But the family is already broken the way you explained it. Sometimes you being on yourself with your children is also a family. Him having that time with the children is also a family. You guys raise them from a safe place, because at any goddamn time, anything can happen here. And if you're already saying that you did not want to report because of the fear, so I wouldn't say much on that. I see that you had the fear of, if I call the police, if I call the authority, my children can be taken away, or things would, escalate. That is where a restraining order comes in. Like Ajibola stated with the last episode, get a restraining order if the violence continue, for your safety, for his safety, for the children's safety. Safety first. Get a restraining order so that you both know the boundaries, that, okay, you're not supposed to be where I'm not supposed to be. If you guys are co-parenting, co-parent in a healthy manner for the children's sake. However, let the court decide on the way to proceed. I wish you all the best, and I would say kudos to you for everything you listed. That was exactly what I said in the last episode, that people think women who don't have anything doing, or that people label as liability because they don't have a job or business, are the people that are going through domestic violence. But I said no, that you find women that are breadwinners that are the ones going through this. And women that did their iteriba. Iteriba means respected that husband. Sometimes when you respect some men too much, it gets over them and they think you cannot do without them. So you are not a doormat. So it's time to cut it out. I love you. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. Remember to join us on Amina Jimo Show on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. And we also have the Amina Jimo Foundation page. Like, share, and also follow it so that you can know about all the initiatives that we've been doing. Since we've had the launch in July, we've been giving out empowerment, monetary empowerment to women, children, men, and everyone. The vulnerable and everybody. So please be safe. Remember, kindness starts with you. Do not stay there and be that enabler if you are in any family where you have an abuser. You need to start talking to that perpetrator. I love you. God bless you. And remember to join us on the next Amina Jimon Show episode of the Midnight Talk Show. Have a good one and God bless you. Bye-bye.